Red live button has been pressed, so you know what time it is. We're live. Welcome everyone to the 48th episode of Some Casual Takes, a podcast hosted by me, Stephen Pepper, featuring other sports fans casually debating the hottest topics. This episode is brought to you by no one, and I'm here today with NFL NBA Post making another appearance, and Chris is back, ready to talk some hoops. Chris used to be a frequent guest, but I haven't been able to get him on in a while. But we got Chris for this episode. He said he wanted to be here, and we're gonna talk some ball. I don't think I told you. I don't think I told you the topic. By the way,
nah. What's today's topic?
Well, the main topic for today's show is we're ranking the 25 best players currently in the NBA.
Oh,
yeah, and
that's a big story.
We should have some more people joining the podcast. But some people take a while, and it's kind of me for being an L host because I should start sending the link 10 to 15 minutes prior.
Also, even though we're talking about 25 players, even though we're talking about top players, we also forgot it's the first. I told you today is the first day of Las Vegas League, of Summer League, for a lot of NBA fans that like watching to see the future before the fall begins. Because right now, once Summer League ends, we have a long while to wait for the official NBA season to begin because we have NFL stuff happening.
Let me ask you about the Summer League, Chris. So I'm not the biggest Summer League person. I'll watch some games here and there. Like I watched a couple OKC games just to see what Chet looks like because they have a young core that rebuild. I watched a couple Lakers games so I can see Christie because Christie doesn't touch the court, and Hood Schifino because he was the draftee. And I'm going to watch tonight because Victor Wembanyama, we're going to get to it later, he plays tonight. So they play like some early exhibition, like warm-up games in Sacramento, Utah. So now they're in Vegas. So is this like I know Summer League, you can win it because I remember the Lakers with Lonzo won it. I think Portland won one year.
I think Memphis won it a couple years back.
So
yeah, they did.
These first games, are these like, I don't want to sound like casual, are these like playing games to get your record up and your seeding up and then they go into a tournament, or is it tournament automatically?
This is basically like a warm up for some teams. The games, like the first couple of games, are the warm up games for players that are trying to get minutes and to see what they look like. A lot of things about Summer League is way back in the day, it used to be just go to Vegas, play a couple of games, and then when the games are over with, they go home and get ready for the season to start. Well, They changed it up by having the Las Vegas Summer League Championship where teams are playing each other, and then when the teams that lose that are eliminated, they play each other one more time, and then they head home, and then basically the NBA offseason begins.
Yeah, and I heard
obviously.
I heard I think I saw a tweet. Michael Rubin, the CEO of Fanatics, had that huge party, that white party in the Hamptons. I think he's throwing a party for the winner of the Summer League. I'm pretty sure. I think I saw a tweet today. But the Summer League is today. Today is Friday, July 7th. It's beautiful weather here in Ohio, 2023. And July 7th is my brother's birthday. His name is Chris. So happy birthday to my brother. It's his birthday today. So happy birthday. So a couple things before we get into the top 25 players in the NBA. I want to get to a couple things. This can kind of stall us if more people join. Do you guys see the new app Threads? You guys on that Threads app?
Yeah, I actually just joined this morning.
I haven't seen it yet.
I joined last night when I was sitting on the toilet. It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I keep hearing about Threads. I don't know. It's like Twitter, but
I haven't really played around with it yet.
I don't know if I'm really gonna use it. Are you guys planning on using it at all? I don't know.
I'm probably gonna take a look at it. I might download it to see what Threads is all about because I've been hearing about the app, but seems cool.
It useful.
If you have an Instagram account, you already have a Threads account. You just need to transfer your stuff over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm going to start playing around with it after today's show. But when I was on, it was like 3 a.m. last night before I went to bed. I was like, fine, I'll just get Threads because I can easily get on it with my Instagram. I don't know. It just looks like Twitter.
Kind of like Instagram just as Twitter.
But if you guys like Threads, let us know. And hey, we're talking about the top 25 players in the NBA ranking, but football's a month away. Football is a month away. I'm excited. We're gonna have some preseason games in August. I can't wait.
NFL season's almost.
Finally talk about football. football needs a lengthy offseason because, CTE.
Yeah.
But and injury, football is such a rough sport. They need a long offseason. But it means there's so much dead period in between the start of from the end of free agency in football right after the season to preseason. There's such a long period.
Yeah.
So there's this huge dead period where you're barely talking about football unless you want to create some training camp narratives. Other than that, there's really not much to talk about, which kind of sucks because I really want to talk football again because I remember during football season on this podcast, we talked football more than basketball on this show. And then football went away, and then we started talking basketball more on the show. If you guys were here with us in the early days of the pod, it was mostly football because it was in football season. But I want to start talking about football more. So hopefully next show, I want to rank the 30 best quarterbacks in the league. So the starting quarterback of each team. There's 30 teams in the NFL, correct?
And we have preseason, of
No,
course.
there's
The preseason.
32.
Oh, 32.
The preseason begins.
32. We're going to rank the 32 starting quarterbacks in the league. I want to do that next show. So, Matt, if you want to be on there, you're more than happy.
Yeah.
I got my own thing, but
I want to get some more football in because I said the other show, we're going to stop talking. I'm not stop talking. Reduce the amount of basketball we talk about. I know the most about basketball, but, man, there's just some other stuff that I want to talk about too, not just
when is the first NFL season game? When is that exactly?
That's probably first week of September, week 1.
Yep. Yeah, September 7th. It's Detroit against Kansas City for the first game.
The Hall of Fame game, yeah.
And then, of course, we have on Sunday, the 10th,
There's going to be a lot of games, yeah.
Yeah, but then the marquee game that I have circled that everybody wants is the rivalry game. It is the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
That's going to be a marquee matchup.
The Bengals are in Cleveland for that one.
Yeah, and then, I always circle big NFL games, kind of like the NBA. They say, you don't watch so much. I know I don't watch that much NFL football, but that one game that Sunday is marquee at 1:00.
Yeah. So I can't wait to talk about football soon. So to any of the football listeners, we're going to talk about football soon. Really quick, DeJounte Murray signed 4-year $120 yesterday.
Yeah.
Some people cried overpay, but I really think this is a pretty solid deal.
I think it's fine. It's fine.
This was the veteran maximum extension.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world that they're bringing back DeJounte Murray. He's still a good player. I don't think he's the defensive player that he used to be in San Antonio.
He's not the same player, and it was kind of a gel.
Atlanta definitely.
If you can, get
I don't think that Atlanta's good
for what 13.
I don't think they're good either. But
DeJounte Murray for $13 million less than Van Vliet or Drew Holiday. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think we need to kind of understand that the market is starting to rise for everybody, and that's why it's an overpay now. What looks like an overpay now might not be an overpay just because teams have more money to spend. I feel like that's something that we're just gonna have to get used to.
Fred Van Vliet, Drew Holiday type guys.
Well, that was bad.
Well, yeah, but those tier point guards, which I believe DeJounte Murray is in, the borderline all-star tier. Guys like that are right now commanding $30 to $40 million. You get DeJounte Murray for 30, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for Atlanta. I want to see how they do moving off John Collins and going into next season. And
Collins is. I forgot about that. John Collins now is in Utah. The Hawks got rid of him, and it was for a long time. Atlanta definitely wanted to make a big move, so I don't think the Hawks made a good decision of trade. They've made a good trade, but I think that Utah should not have traded away Rudy Gay. I thought that was kind of a dumb move that Atlanta said, "Hey, we're going to trade John Collins for Rudy Gay." And for Atlanta, I think they should waive Rudy Gay or buy him out or something because I don't think he's a good fit for Atlanta. Actually,
I don't think he's going to play, so I don't really know if it's going to
just waive him. They should just.
Buy him out. I don't think it's going to be that much of a.
He's not the same guy like he once was in Memphis. Just speaking of Rudy Gay,
not even San Antonio. He wasn't.
Yeah, or in San Antonio. In Memphis, he was great for his first couple seasons before he had the shoulder injury, and then he got traded from Memphis to Toronto, and things didn't.
One point, right?
Yeah,
he was.
Sacramento.
He was.
They didn't make the playoffs.
He was injured for most of that year, though.
No, he tore his Achilles 1 year. He had the Achilles tear, didn't play again for Sacramento. Got traded to San Antonio. He had decent numbers in San Antonio. The Spurs would let him walk. to Utah, and
He
then
was
in Utah
fine.
last season, he didn't play at all. I didn't see him play that many games with the
It's towards
Jazz.
the end of his career. And speaking of San Antonio, we kind of hinted on Summer League too. What's going on with Victor Wembanyama, yo? What is going on with Victor Wembanyama?
That was the weirdest news I've seen
This
all
is
year.
the craziest news story on NBA Twitter I think I've ever seen. The fact
Slapping
that his security guard,
Brittany.
this is national news, by the way. His security guard slapped Britney Spears, who I think has been irrelevant since we were like babies.
Dude, she's bipolar. She's nuts.
I think she's been
Her
irrelevant
sister's
since we were babies.
I mean, her sister's on TV now. I mean, she's back on that Nickelodeon show. That's the one thing people know about Britney Spears. That's one thing people know about Britney Spears is that Jamie Lynn Spears is on TV because of that Zoe 101 show.
People in the world, but she hasn't been that in a long time. And I just
she's
almost
nuts.
She's only been known for being crazy and for like her
for the
kids'
last
custody.
10
Well,
years.
whatever. We're not TMZ. We're not here to talk about Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
and there's
think
a
it's funny
picture
that
of it.
happened to Victor Wembanyama. Like,
Yeah.
There's a picture on the internet.
the kid.
They just released a picture.
He got
Oh, really?
drafted,
There is?
What,
I
like
didn't see one.
2 weeks
It's
ago?
on
I think
Twitter.
he got-
It's right here.
Oh snap!
I can turn the light out because look at this right here. If I can zoom, that's Victor. Security guards right there, and then Brittany's over here. I mean, if you want to go look on it, it's on Twitter. It's on NBA Central. If you want to look at the picture,
Did that just drop?
Yeah, this is on there right now. So if people want to see it, it's on NBA Central on Twitter.
I'm gonna guess that this guy with the Whoop profile picture is Jaden.
Yeah, it's Jade.
Jesus Christ.
Plumber profile pic. But yeah, the Victor Wembanyama thing was pretty crazy. Like the kid got drafted, like 2 weeks ago, and he's already in headlines, just further proving why LeBron's the GOAT, because he never had this type of drama in 20 years in the league.
Nope.
That's the point. But Victor Wembanyama does play today. I'm excited. I will catch that. He plays against the garbage Brandon Miller. So we're going to see a marquee matchup. Okay, again, we still have 2 more things I want to ask you guys. I didn't plan on doing these 2 topics before the top 25, but I was on some TikTok lives, like scrolling on TikTok, and I heard some people talking about it. So I want to ask these 2 questions before we get into the top 25 current players. The first one is, let's talk about Lakers and Suns just really quickly, because those 2 teams, I believe, won free agency. I think those were the 2 biggest winners out of free agency. And those are going to be the 2 biggest teams outside of Denver in the Western Conference that people are going to bet on to win the title. So I want to ask you guys, Lakers or Suns? It's been a week since free agency opened, and these 2 favorites made some moves. Who would win in a Game 7 series?
I think it's the Lakers.
Lakers, not the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Phoenix did not make any improvement. I mean, even though they got Beal, it hurt them in the long run, because I'm going to say this nicely, even though this is kind of rude a little bit if you're a Suns fan, but since 2021, this Phoenix Suns team has not been built to win an NBA title. I mean, give credit to them in the bubble when this first started, when you had Booker and Rubio and Aiden. There was something building, and DeAndre Ayton heard people say, hey, these guys don't want to play us in the postseason. And then now, this is a different Suns team. They have Bradley Beal, who came in as our insurance policy for Chris Paul. They have a new coach, which was a Lakers coach, Frank Vogel, and old staff members joining the Suns coaching staff. And then you got a bunch of veterans on the team who aren't even here anymore. So I don't think the Suns are built to win a title. And if things don't work out in Phoenix this year, I see Devin Booker leaving potentially, or Kevin Durant leaving potentially, because they're not winning a championship. I think the Lakers are better than Phoenix now, because Phoenix now has lost almost everybody on the team from last season.
Jaden and Matt, Lakers Suns, who you guys taking in a 7-game series?
I would say the Lakers in like 6, to be honest. It's just like I feel like their defensive identity is too much for like Phoenix, and I still think like whoever the Suns are adding isn't gonna just like fix anything. And he was right about the Frank Vogel part, because the Lakers already know Frank Vogel pretty well. They can probably match that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would bet my money on the Lakers in a 7-game series.
Matt?
I would say the Lakers, and 6 or 7, just because I think I mean, yeah, we've kind of already said it. They know Vogel. The bench is they got good players on their bench. They're not quality role players. They're just role players.
Hmm.
Like
So
they're just
Phoenix,
yeah, Phoenix. Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't even looked at that because from
They
the
got
NBA,
they got like Chimizi Metu. They
Yuta Watanabe,
you
who's
you don't
not
want to
going to
not
do
be
anything.
Keita Bates Diop. They lost. No, they don't even have Jack Wandale anymore.
No, he's in Houston, and then they
Yeah.
got rid of Landry Shamet as well. I mean, I haven't even looked at the NBA.
Eric
If
Gordon
you have,
was the biggest signing.
I think that's not going to help because the Clippers, even though the Clippers waived Eric Gordon, I don't think that's going to be a good move even though he's coming off the bench and everything. That lineup's going to be bad. I mean, they have 8 in there, but the thing is, if you're an NBA fan and you love watching or not knowing NBA free agency, or you don't know the news and latest, I'm going to tell you for the people watching is the NBA app or NBA.com. It has off-season trade tracker, player movement, every reported deal, and everything else amongst the league. So for Phoenix, they lost a lot of depth on their team, and they still have people that are not signed yet. Like Bismack, I don't think Biyombo's coming back for Phoenix. There's a possibility that he's out. But still, this is a different Suns team, and it's now championship or bust.
Yeah,
Or
it's been
title or bust.
for a while. I'm gonna give the Suns some credit because I do believe they actually did sign some solid shooters, and I do think they
did.
I do think they have more high-level offensive pieces than the Lakers. So I'd say go 7, but I'm still picking the Lakers because I think that defensive gap is a lot bigger than the offensive gap between the two teams, and the defensive gap favors the Lakers. They're way better defensively. They have the best defensive player in the world. They have better perimeter defenders, whereas Phoenix has nothing. The Lakers were able to retain a Western Conference Finals team that lost to the eventual champs by a small 6 points per game. And then they added on top of that Gabe Vincent, a dude who dropped 20 points in a final, 3-and-D wings, and a backup center, hopefully more. Like that DeAndre Ayton matchup would work wonders for Anthony Davis's legacy. So I take the Lakers instead.
Yeah.
But
I think this Laker roster,
Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Booker, those high-level offensive pieces could win some games. So I'd give Phoenix some credit, and it's always safe.
The Lakers this offseason has made a lot of good changes, and to give credit to that, I was gonna say that I like this group. I mean, they brought back mainly everybody. They brought back mostly
Christian
everybody.
Wood for the veteran minimum to fill out the rest of that roster.
I wouldn't go with Wood.
I'd take them over the Nuggets. I would actually take the Lakers over the Nuggets if they can get
at center. At the center position, I want to go with Wood, but there's still a lot of big name free agent centers out there that are available. I mean, Philly's got Trez and they got Bamba.
Re-signed Trez Harrell. Bamba got re-signed. I don't think there's that many left because Plumlee's back to the Clippers. I
was going to snag Plumlee.
Christian Wood. If there's any
and Hassan Whiteside still. I mean, there's
out there, but I think
Hassan Whiteside didn't even play in the league last year. I don't even know. I don't know if I would.
Bro, Bol has been like, so overhyped just because of like what he can do. Because people have been
potential players, dude. Like,
everybody loves people who can move that are big.
Yeah, and realistically, when
people glaze archetypes
is a traffic cone on defense, and
terrible
he's only
work
just
ethic.
a scorer that only benefits for himself, not for the team. So
yeah, I've been saying this for a while about NBA and basketball discourse. People just glaze archetypes just way too much. Like, I don't care what your ceiling is. I don't care what your archetype is. What are you producing at the end of the day? I don't care that you have a two-way archetype. Are you producing at that level? Is it at high enough as someone who has a lesser cool archetype? Nah. So, I mean, Bol's archetype was hyped out of high school. I remember growing up watching Bol.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I remember Bol in high school and college.
Yeah, and he just didn't translate. I mean, I think he was taken the second round kind of for a reason.
I think
thought
he was like
a first-round pick.
I made a mock draft, and I thought he was a lottery pick.
Yeah, I thought he was a lottery pick, like 15, maybe low-end first round, but he went to the second round. And
I think I had him at 9 to the Wizards.
I think I had him like 14 to like 17. I was like, yo, Lakers should trade down and get like Bol. but
Yeah.
it's whatever. Okay, and last thing before we get to the top 25 players in the NBA, I want to ask you guys, is Jason Tatum a superstar? Because, dude, I was on some TikTok lives last 3 days, and this conversation has come up a lot. I don't know why. I just don't think people don't like Tatum. Like, I don't know what's wrong with the Tatum hate. And I've been seeing it more recently, questioning whether Tatum's a superstar or not. And I've heard a lot of no's, like a lot of no's. So, Matt, I
Yeah.
think you're a Celtics fan, so you can give some pretty good input here.
I think it depends on how strict your criteria is for being a superstar. For me, I think if you're a top 10 player, and if depending on how stacked up the league is, there could be 12 superstars in the league. Now, I think Tatum is on the lower spectrum of superstars, but the only arguments that I'm really hearing against Tatum is the fact that he disappears in the fourth quarter, and he has questionable playoff drops. Which yeah, you could say that. But the problem is that you need to look at this coaching staff. Joe Mazzulla isn't some great head coach. He's using Tatum as a screen man in the fourth quarters. There's a reason why, like, his fourth quarter points are dropping. Like, look at him in the fourth quarter last year when he had an actually, like, really good coach in Ime Udoka. Like, look at that production, and that is the Jason Tatum that you're getting. And I understand that he fell off in the finals and with Ime Udoka, and that was on him. But the problem is that it's like, if you're going to say that falling off in the finals makes you not a superstar, does that make LeBron in 2011 not a superstar?
Yeah, I think the people who are so against Tatum not being a superstar, it's really just the NBA Finals is in the back of their head, or some playoff game where he just didn't show up. But I mean, if you don't think Tatum's not a superstar, then you have to admit that he is right there, pretty much at the door, turning the knob.
Yeah,
there. Like, foot in the door, because what is Tatum? 30 points a game, back-to-back all-league first-team honors, has some great playoff games, 51-point game 7, and he's also on one of the most iconic teams ever on a big spotlight, Boston Celtics. So that adds to his superstardom, and he took a team to a finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, to me he's like to me he's like a borderline superstar, and the only reason why he's only borderline is just he hasn't been doing it like long enough for like these 3 years, because like he could definitely be a superstar by next year. I just think he's borderline just for now, but he'll be up there for sure.
So last year you didn't consider Luka a superstar, or did you count 2020 as like a superstar season?
I counted 2020.
Okay, all right, I got you.
It just depends what your criteria of superstars. If you value longevity in superstar arguments, then yeah, but the fact that he's also doing it for like the Boston Celtics, I feel like adds to him being a superstar. Because some like superstar, it could do a lot with your play, but also I feel like narratives could do a lot to just being a superstar. The spotlight has to do with a lot being a superstar. Popularity has a lot to do with being a superstar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember going into the finals, people were saying Jason Tatum can be the GOAT Celtic, and I'm just like, okay.
Oh,
like,
well, no.
Well,
Why?
I'm just
I
like,
mean,
I'm just like, calm down. His ceiling can be 3, maybe not even 3. He's not going to be better than Bird ever. He's not going to be better than Russell ever. I don't think he's going to be better
Paul
than
Pierce, probably.
He'll be better.
Yeah, probably. But like, I don't think he's going to be better than Havlicek.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But I mean, hey, man, if Tatum, I know it's an if, but if he would have won that finals, Tatum's top 5 to like 75% of the people in the world. But
yeah, he
speaking of top 5, great transition. W host top 25 players in the NBA. It is time. This is I didn't ask Chris. Chris, do you think Tatum's superstar?
After the performance from the Celtics this year, and after they did not fulfill unfinished business, I'm not going to give it to him because the Celtics. I mean, overall, from Boston's perspective, and every single NBA season, whenever a team loses in the final, they come back with vengeance and they try to win the title. That's what Cleveland did in 2016. So my point is,
the Celtics did at the beginning.
I mean, the Celtics did that, and I mean, Tatum, he twisted
choked.
He didn't choke. He twisted his ankle on the first play of the game, and then had to play through that the rest of the game.
They started off with like the best record in the NBA too. I really thought they came out with vengeance.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Cleveland. I mean, I'm going to tie that with Cleveland a little bit because Cleveland had the same thing. When they had the year when LeBron was on the team and then Kevin Love, they obviously were coming out that summer and saying, we have unfinished business against Golden State. And the entire season, they had the number 1 seed, and then they went to win the championship. For Boston, it was unfinished business. We added a bunch of players, like we added Malcolm Brogdon and Gallo, but Gallo didn't play. Then we have the coach getting fired. Robert Williams gets injured. He's not back until December. And then we had a bunch of other things happen throughout the season with Boston. Then we go in the playoffs. They get past the first round, get past the second round, and conference final, game 7, Tatum gets hurt. They don't play well. And now we're sitting here with Boston basically making sure. Yeah, Jaylen Brown. And then, of course, now they add Porzingis. That's not going to help them. I don't think the Porzingis trade.
Oh, Porzingis is going to help them a lot.
But basically, they got rid of a bunch of no-name guys. Obviously, Gallinari's not a no-name, but they got rid of Gallinari, who didn't play. They get rid of Muscala, who didn't play. They get rid of Brogdon, who didn't do much.
No, Brogdon's still on the team.
They got rid of Marcus Smart.
Oh, yeah, and that's a bigger factor. Getting rid of Smart is going to hurt him. I really think it is. Because of his defense. And now Memphis has him. I think the Grizzlies are going to be good with Marcus Smart.
They did.
Replacing Dylan Brooks.
Williams. Their depth is kind of cooked, but
with him gone, I mean, Williams had a breakout season the following year from the finals when he was hitting the threes against Milwaukee. And then this year, he didn't play that many minutes in the playoffs. And sometimes he was in garbage minutes. And obviously in the regular season, he struggled too. So I think that Boston has really shot themselves in the foot getting rid of most of their depth on the bench.
Let's see if it's worth it.
I mean, they didn't really get rid of their depth. They kind of just like replaced some of it.
It's time.
But there's still a lot of free agents. I think there's still a lot of free agents available. I think Boston, there's still enough time to sign some players for the bench. I mean, Williams is gone, Smart's gone, and Gallinari's gone, and Muscala's gone. But add some other players.
Muscala's like not going to make a difference.
Yeah, but I mean,
unless someone gets injured that plays that position, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
Hey, Peyton Pritchard get some big time then, and salute to Peyton Pritchard. He a dog. Okay, now we actually got to start. We're 27 minutes in. The top 25 players in the NBA. We're going to all do 1 through 25. We're going to give who we think should be in the spot, and if there's any disagreement, we work it out.
Okay.
We'll start with number 1. Is anyone disagreeing that Nikola Jokic is number 1?
No.
Okay, we're putting Jokic at number 1. Now, number 2, there's some debate who's 2. There's 2 players that people go back and forth with. Curry or Giannis. Who do we favor for 2?
I favor Curry.
Going Steph. I really feel like that Miami series really bumped Giannis down. Remember when Giannis was the best player in the world?
Yeah, that was a year ago. I remember that.
He fell 2 spots.
I don't think I've ever had him as best player in the world.
Oh, really?
He was the best player in the world after the finals, man. I think he was the best player in the world.
No, I had him at 3 after he won the finals. I had
You guys are harsh, man.
Who did I have over him? I had Durant and Curry over him that year.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was better than Durant, but Curry, I can see why. Yeah, I can even see why Jokic, but not Durant. I think Giannis was the best player in the world. Coming off 2 MVPs plus the chip, basically what Jokic just did. Best player in the world in 2021. And then last year, I also think he was the best player in the world. You can argue Giannis.
I mean, you're an accolade person, so you could do that.
Curry. The best 3 players in the world since 2021 have been Jokic, Curry, and Giannis, and they've all been interchangeable. That's been the top.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I'm going to go back to Jokic because right now, Denver won the NBA final. So I think the top player, you got to give him respect. He's a 2-time MVP, a finals MVP, and the first Serbian NBA finals MVP too. So that's actually history in the NBA because there's a lot of – and one thing that I should mention to you is when Denver won the NBA final, there's a lot of people from Serbia because I know a lot of Serbian people because they're super cool and everything. But when Denver won the final – yeah, from a basketball thing. But the Serbian people are really nice. And when Denver won, they were actually happy. And one of them was actually crying and saying, I cannot believe that he got finals MVP. And the Denver Nuggets, yeah, man, I told him, and you predicted it. You said the following season when they got healthy, they were going to win the final. I did not predict it. I knew they were going to win the final because Denver obviously was the better team with the depth they added with KCP, Jeff Green, and Bruce Brown, and Murray coming back healthy, and Porter being healthy too. So I knew Denver was the powerhouse team to be the NBA champions.
Yeah, well, we got Jokic at 1, Curry at 2. Oh, by the way, chat. I got a haircut yesterday, and I can't stop staring at myself. I look good. Okay. Number 4. Now I'm looking at my list I made months ago. Oh, not months ago. It's July, so like right after the finals. I got Luka Doncic at 4.
Okay.
Number 4 goes to a lot of spots, but yeah, I'll give it to Luka.
There's the Luka.
I don't think. I mean, I think it's Embiid, but Luka's fine.
It's fine, yeah. I don't even think Embiid's better than the next guy I'm gonna name, which is pretty controversial.
I know who you're gonna say.
Davis. You're gonna say Anthony Davis.
No.
Hey, Tatum's better than Embiid.
No,
Just
not
say it.
that one. Not that one.
Kevin Durant, bro.
No.
Kawhi Leonard.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Kawhi. I don't got Kevin Durant.
Wait,
I don't got KD on my list because my many reasons with Durant not being on my list is because every single season.
What do you mean by that?
Because I'm not really.
25?
I don't have him in my top 25.
Whoa.
You don't have Kevin Durant top 25 in the league?
I have him on my list of players, but he's far below my players because he's 20. He's 19. Because why'd put KD at number 19? Because he's been moving from team to team. He was with Golden State, then he went to Brooklyn, and things did not work out in Brooklyn. And I was not impressed for the 2 straight seasons. And after they got beat by Boston last season, I was very angry with the Brooklyn Nets and KD.
So wild.
He's still really good off the ball. He's still a really efficient scorer. He just came off of one of his better defensive seasons.
And then losing to Denver changed everything. And for the Phoenix Suns, it changed everything too. So this year, he better improve. And he better be playing in the All-Star game because I always vote for the All-Star game and for players, and he didn't play because he got hurt. And people are like, oh, he got hurt. He's not well, it doesn't matter. Next year, I'm not voting for him for the All-Star game if he gets hurt again.
I'm not going to act like I heard that. So I'm going Luka at 4, but I feel like you could interchange with Embiid.
Yeah.
But Jaden, bro, you gotta explain why Kawhi's better than Embiid.
So are we
Mr.
ranking
hasn't
when,
played,
okay. Are we ranking when healthy?
Oh, yeah, this is when healthy. So if you want to throw in Zion,
Okay.
this is when everyone's fully healthy. Like when they're on the court, judging based on when they're on the court. If you want to do an availability tax, we can have that debate. But I'm just thinking like top 25 players when everyone's fully healthy on the floor. So a Zion would be here.
So for my reasoning for Kawhi being over, Embiid is mainly because of how well he translates in the playoffs. He's super resilient. Last time he played versus like the Mavericks in the playoffs, the man was averaging like 35 on 60, 40, like 90, I think, which is insane. On super efficient scoring. His playoff scoring is amazing as well. It's just like his resilience is pretty much my main reason why he's like in the top 5 still for me. And I always feel like his defense did kind of regress a bit, but his defense is still great as a wing defender. So I always give him props for that as well, even getting injured multiple times. So yeah,
I agree on that.
My problem with Kawhi though is that after this recent injury, when he came back, the shooting splits aren't great. That's my problem with Kawhi.
It was like
he's been injured for 2 straight seasons. I mean, with Kawhi Leonard, I'm gonna give him credit because since Toronto, when he hit that legendary shot against Philly, and then he did the impossible by taking down the dynastic Golden State Warriors. Things have not been rosy in Clipperland with Kawhi Leonard. The first year, it was drama, dysfunction, and They blew a 3-1 lead to Denver, and Doc loses his job. The second season, Ty Lue takes over, and he has a great season. But then after a dunk with Joe Ingles, tore his ACL. The last season, or the year when they had the 75th, didn't see Kawhi play, didn't hear from him, or nobody knew when he was going to come back. He sat out the entire year, and the Clippers will go on to not make the postseason and sit at home. This year, he comes back, looks healthy. Paul George gets hurt. Bad Russ. Kawhi gets hurt, doesn't play again in the postseason. Clippers would lose another series. Next season will be the bigger thing for Kawhi Leonard, because I know Kawhi is a free agent next summer, and if the Clippers don't have a good season and they don't have a successful year, expect big changes from the team. Coach might be fired, Paul George might be getting traded, or Kawhi might ask for a trade himself. So we have to wait and see. Because
I think with the Kawhi over Embiid thing is I don't think it's the worst take in the world, because the playoffs gap is clear. Kawhi is way better in the postseason. If you want to stretch it all the way back to 2021, you can. I don't know how far back we're going on this, but just thinking recently, I mean, it was sample size was bad, but the 2 games he played against Phoenix were better than any 2 games for Embiid this postseason. But I just have to go with Embiid because I do factor in regular season. Although Kawhi was pretty good in the regular season, played 50 games. Embiid's had 3 straight MVP level sample size seasons. I don't know if Kawhi is moving me enough postseason wise to just put them over Embiid. But Kawhi played 50 games and had 24 points, good defense, not as great as he used to be, but still good defense on 50, 40, 87 splits, which is really good. That's still top 10 player in the league, but I'm not putting him over Embiid. Is Matt putting him over Embiid?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm putting Embiid over Kawhi.
Okay. So we're going to go with Embiid at 5.
So then 6 has to be Kawhi, right? Because there's 2 people who voted on it.
I'm going to probably go Kawhi too, or Embiid.
Matt, who do you think 6? The player poll is Tatum, AD, KD. You got Kawhi at 6?
No, you said Luka, but
we already have
Luka.
Okay, but Luka's at 4.
Yeah, I know. I'm just that's like
you pretty much have to just treat it like a draft.
Okay. Then it would be Kevin Durant.
Okay.
So Jaden's going KD.
No, I said Kawhi.
Jaden's going Kawhi. You're going Kevin Durant.
I'm gonna probably
is Tatum, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant. Bro, I think Kawhi might be better than KD, dog.
So wait.
Do you not have like a ranking? Do you not have a list?
It's not updated. That's why I kind of wanted to do this.
Okay.
List.
Gotcha.
So Kawhi at 6. I'm not mad.
Sample size for Kawhi, bro.
Like that's fine. I'm not gonna argue with that. But if we're doing one healthy, it's just like over the last 3 years when he's healthy, man, it's just like he might have been the best playoff performer these last 3 years, especially with 2 series. You'll think about that.
Best players win healthy. Yeah, Kawhi's better than KD.
Like I trust Kawhi to lead my team to the finals as the number 1 option than I do.
Well, we have Embiid at 5, so when everyone's healthy, how far is the gap between Embiid and Anthony Davis?
It's not that far, I think, because AD to me is like the intimate best.
I got AD at 5.
You have AD over Embiid?
No, I got Embiid at 4.
Okay. Do you have AD above Kawhi?
Yes.
Because I'm going AD above Kawhi. I'm going Anthony Davis above Kawhi. Yo, Jaden, where's Anthony Davis on your list?
He's like 7. He's 7.
Okay.
Okay, so right now Kawhi's at 6. I'm probably gonna bump Kawhi down at 7 and put Anthony Davis at 6. I really don't think when healthy, the gap between Embiid and Anthony Davis is that big. I don't know if there's a player gap.
I don't think it's big.
I used to have AD at like 5 because I think 4 through 8 are in the same tier when ranking players.
When Anthony Davis is like having those like 35 to 40 point games with also his defense and like 15 to 20 rebounds, I don't know if there's 5 players better than Anthony Davis.
I don't think there
But
are.
it's just like, how consistent is that game? There is that consistency issue.
I don't. I mean, I don't really do that too much because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's inconsistent. Like it's like we call players like good off the ball, and like they have some games where they're bad off the ball, but then maybe really good shooting. So it's kind
Well,
of like,
when the consistency is like, everyone's inconsistent, no one's perfect, but when the consistency is
exactly.
like obvious, then you start marking for inconsistency. When it's an obvious inconsistency, so Anthony Davis, I think, has that. I would put Anthony Davis right behind. Actually, let's do a draft. Let's do a draft instead.
Yeah,
Let's-
So the top 3 is based, right? The top 3 we already have, right?
Yeah, let's do Jokic at 1. Let's do picks.
Are we like building teams, or are we like we're not
Yeah,
doing
are we
the top
building
25?
teams?
Are we
What?
not doing the top 25 players anymore?
Yeah,
no,
we're building-
we're doing that, but we're like drafting spots.
Yeah.
Just draft
Okay,
spots.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
Like
makes
who
more
we think
sense.
should be 2 with like the remaining player pool. So
Bro, what the
I'll
hell?
go first, and I'll just pick Jokic, and Jaden, you can go next.
Yeah, so I got Jokic too.
Then I got Jokic. So.
Oh
just-
no, like draft is in like then you take number 2.
Oh, number 2, then let me get
Oh, okay, like that.
Okay, I get it.
And
Number
then
2, let me
Matt,
get
who do you
Curry.
pick for number 3?
Giannis.
Unless we like heavily disagree, we can override. But and then Chris, who do you think's the 4th best player in the world?
My 4th, I'm probably gonna go with Bron.
LeBron.
Oh boy, no.
Not my 4th.
I think we might have to override that.
Oh no.
Not 4. Not that one. I'm not gonna go Bron in my 4th.
All right,
I don't
this
have a
draft
4th
is not
best.
working. The draft is not working.
I mean, I don't have. I've random. I
Just
got
do
random best
majority
players.
rule.
Yeah,
Okay,
majority
fine.
rule, please.
Majority
That's what
rule.
I please.
Four we
Yeah,
win
yeah. What
five.
we were doing before, but majority rule.
Fine. 4 we win
Please.
Luca, then we win Embiid, and then
6 was who? AD or Kawhi?
AD. And Kawhi is not that top player.
Kawhi at 7, and then we go to 8 now. We have 8.
Okay.
I don't
The
go
players
Kawhi on
remaining
anything.
at 8. Kevin Durant's name's already been brought up, so Kevin Durant could be the leading favorite.
Yeah,
but we
I
have
think. I think the best
KD,
one would be
Tatum, and Damian Lillard are the 3 best players left.
I think KD.
Okay, KD. So KD under Kawhi. Not bad when everyone's fully healthy.
So wait, at number 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I like the top 8.
It's
so
weird
far.
seeing KD at 8. It's just like, dude, the NBA is getting
Yeah,
deep.
it does.
The
dude.
NBA. No, I'm just saying, but the NBA is getting deep. Like
I mean-
the NBA is getting deep, bro.
I mean, it's also weird to see LeBron outside the top 8. But speaking
I know,
of the
but
top
like, just
8,
think about this for a second, because 2015 or 16, you got to like 9 on the top 10 list. How high value those players are. Like, we're talking about like first option, like all NBA first team guys, like 10 now. When I felt like in 2016, second options were coming in at like 10, which is just crazy. We're at that level now. So KD is at 8. So we're on to
So,
9.
number 9. This
Tatum's
one's tough.
left.
This one's
I would
tough.
favor Tatum here.
I think
But
it's
I would-
Dame. I said
honestly,
Dame.
I can't leave him out when healthy. So number 9, I'm gonna say LeBron.
Chris, who you feeling at 9? Chris already mentioned LeBron, so I think Chris might go LeBron here. But I
Yeah,
don't think LeBron's better than Tatum, bro.
My
Yeah,
9th,
healthy.
I will go Tatum with 9. If he's consistent and he does not fumble in big games.
So Matt likes Dame. So Matt, where's Tatum on your real list?
Yeah, Dame.
10.
What? Hey,
Okay.
with Dame, even though you talk about this in the show, where do you think Dame's gonna go?
Well, his agent's saying, don't trade for me because I'm going to Miami. So he's probably going to Miami or
Crybaby.
staying in Portland. Because I think other teams are scared now. They're scaring teams off. I think Celtics are trying to do a package.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think-
not gonna. That's
I
not
think the
gonna-
only way you can make a package is if Jaylen Brown's in the deal. They still haven't signed the Jaylen Brown extension, by the way, which is
Good. He isn't even good.
good. They still haven't signed it, by the way. Jaylen
Yeah,
Brown might be a little paranoid about that. But okay, so 9, you said LeBron, you said Tatum, and then Dame. I'm going Tatum at the 9 hole. Got 2 votes for
Okay.
Tatum. I'm going Tatum at the 9 hole. Dude, out on my like old list, I have LeBron outside the top 10, which hurts. But it's when fully healthy. Oof.
That's why I have him at
But
number
man,
9.
what I got from Tatum, I think just Tatum's just doing more than LeBron, bro. Tatum's just doing more than LeBron.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's like we're at the point in time where Tatum is better than Braun.
I know.
Well,
It hurts.
that feel like coming off my tongue. That
Jesus
feels
Christ,
weird.
bro.
Dude, it took me how long in my lifetime watching basketball to see LeBron be this far? Man, the league's just getting good, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so 10. You got
10.
Dame, LeBron,
I think
LeBron,
Same.
and then like
I would
Devin
say
Booker, Jimmy
LeBron. Like
Butler.
again, one fully healthy. I have to put LeBron there.
I'm not mad with LeBron. I think Chris would go LeBron too, maybe.
Yeah.
LeBron's still on the board for Chris.
Yeah, I
Matt
still got him on my
Dame.
board.
Matt with
Yeah.
Dame. But I'd go LeBron. Immediately following LeBron, though, at 10, I would put Dame. I would put Dame immediately following LeBron.
So Dame at 11.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Yeah,
just,
okay.
dude, again, like, have we ever been in this position in the NBA where there are more top 10 players than spots? I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever seen this before.
I think there's like 12 top 10 players in the league.
Exactly. I don't think
Or
we've ever
maybe
seen
probably
this.
that 13 actually.
Yeah.
If you include Booker.
So LeBron gets that 10 spot. Now, maybe his name value kind of put him on the 10 spot, but
His name value, some people still put him like top
5.
3.
His name
Yeah.
value, some people still think he's better than Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
just
I
not true.
might have to join on my phone because my monitor's bugging. Yeah, I'm gonna just join on my phone. Hold on.
Okay. Monitor's bugging. So question 11. Spot 11, I think we agree. Dame Dalla, Duck from the Grind, Dame, Super Team Dame. What did I see a tweet from Dame? Oh,
Yeah,
did
he tweeted up.
Did
He
you see-
tweeted.
Oh, I saw the tweet from Dame. You see in the news about Dame like thinking about going to Golden State before Chris Paul?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't buy into that.
Yeah, I think Dame also tweeted out. It's crazy how people know a lot but knows so little. Dame's been going crazy on Twitter. Okay, so we got LeBron and Dame, and then 12. There's D-Book and Jimmy Butler on the board, who I think could be on this 12 hole, unless you think there's another player, Matt. You have Jokic, Curry, Giannis, Luka.
Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, I think it would be
Kawhi,
Butler because I have Butler over LeBron, so
Yeah, Butler over LeBron.
it's close though. I think that one goes either way.
It's really close. It's really close.
Yeah, really close.
Even though this is not part of the top thing with the NBA, I mean, what we're talking about, but Kobe's now the athlete cover for 2K.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw
That
that.
was also the big thing. Is Butler better than Devin Booker?
I think so.
Jimmy Butler. Oh, he's a dog.
Yeah, he's better. I think Jimmy Butler's better than D-Book. I like.
He's a
his defense.
workaholic. I mean, I like Jimmy because one, he's a
Defense, yeah.
workaholic.
Yeah.
And two, even though he's a good defensive player, he's a workaholic off the court. You know the stories about Jimmy and his whole, you know what, right? Like one time he woke up in the middle of the night and he went down to the gym with Tyler Hero and was working out.
What is this comment, bro?
I don't know what people. What did he say? Because I know these boys.
Said I look like
Who is
Aiden
the-
Ross, dude. I get those all the time on my TikTok lives. I don't look like Aiden Ross. Stop. I don't.
I actually don't see it.
I
actually
don't.
I don't see it either.
I don't look like.
I don't know who's on Twitch. I don't know who these people are.
not.
Yeah, CJ Jackson. Who the heck are these people? I don't even know who these people are.
Chris, do you like
Chris,
send out the stream? Is that what you do?
People see it.
Do you
people see
send
the
out
stream. Only to a
send-
couple of my boys, and then they see it, and then they go, "Oh, he's on Twitch."
Oh, so you
It's
send it out.
Cameron.
It's like
Yeah,
a lot of your boys like in the comments. I was wondering if you
Yeah.
sent that. Okay. So Jokic, Curry, Giannis, Luka, Embiid, AD, Kawhi, KD, Tatum, LeBron, Dame, Butler, D-Book. Wait, Matt, do you prefer Dame over Butler?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, so we're at D-Book. So we're at 14. Oh, I removed some of the numbers.
We're at. No, I don't think we are. We
Yes, we are. I'm writing it down.
is Booker on the list yet?
Yeah, he's at 13.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we're
Unless
at
you
14.
want to say like,
No. I just didn't know.
well, because there's there's 3 players who could take this 14 spot, unless you want to say Ja, SGA, or
I
Zion.
think 14 is SGA.
Okay, unless you want to say like he's better than Booker.
I don't think SGA is better than Booker.
I don't think. Yeah, do you think he will though? I really think SGA has that potential. He's a bit better defender.
I think he does. I think he does. I don't know if he will.
Playmaker than
We'll see.
Booker.
I mean, maybe with this limited, I don't know if Booker's going to have a more limited offensive role on this Vogel Suns team. Maybe by next year we'll be saying that Shea's better. I don't know.
I don't know about Book, but I got SGA because SGA is definitely a good player because the Oklahoma City last year had a great year despite not having Chet for the rest of the season because of foot injury and then losing a couple of guys due to injuries as well. But this year, I think they can make the playoffs. I think Oklahoma City can make the postseason because Chet's healthy. And if they add a couple more,
they should.
I mean, they should, but they should add more and more veterans on their bench.
Well, Chet's coming back. Get another year with J-Dub and all of them, the Jay Williams guys.
Yeah, they played well.
I believe his name is. He's hooping in Summer League. SGA gets another year coming off an All-League first-team season.
Oh, and then what's his face?
Giddy?
What's his name? No, not Giddy.
Jay Will.
Dort had a good season too.
Dort.
Oh, they still have Dort. Yep. I don't know if they signed anybody in free agency.
I think they
I
signed
don't-
somebody.
They drafted Cason Wallace. Yeah,
They drafted
So
Casey
they should make
Wallace.
the playoffs. I think they're going to be like an 8th seed unless this huge leap from all their players and team chemistry's at the roof.
And
I'll do
SGA
that.
was an
I'll
all-star.
do a standings. I'll do a standings podcast when we get to that.
Yeah, because there's been a lot of off-season moves this season, and there have been a lot of trades too. Like recently, we had if you're a Cleveland Cavalier fan, you live in Ohio, you already know the news about Cleveland. They added Max Strus, but they lose 2 other key players. They lose Lamar Stevens
He sucks.
and, of course, Jetty Osman. And I thought that was kind of terrible.
I mean,
thought-
that's whatever. I mean,
yeah, whatever.
yeah, I mean, they're
Yeah,
replaceable.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure the
yeah.
Cavs championship odds don't waver because of Chetty Osman. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, in the playoffs last year, when they lost in New York, I had to bring up the people by saying, I think you guys made some dumb decisions over the years. And there have been moments where I kind of do point out, like in 2018, when they lost to Golden State, I made a point about it was you lose Kyrie, which I thought was kind of a win-win situation, but they got Isaiah. But the veteran role player they should have kept Dwayne Wade on the bench for insurance policy instead of trading him to Miami.
I still don't think they beat the Warriors with an old Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had Derrick Rose too.
No, they don't.
Derrick Rose was terrible.
Those moves are
Yeah, I mean, he had an injury, but then the following season, you get rid of Tristan Thompson, which I thought was a really stupid decision that they got rid of Tristan because he walked to Boston.
Dude, they had
But
to
then
rebuild.
last
They
year,
wanted to get
They had to rebuild.
They
It's
wanted to
like,
get rid of all those LeBron.
I mean,
era people.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't-
they had Jared Allen at that time, and
I
then
don't
they
really
were about to
like
draft
trade.
Evan Mobley.
They
Like,
didn't
just
like
didn't-
the
I mean, they had
I
Jared
love
Allen.
like
Let's not
40
forget,
years.
they made the trade for Drummond, and you had JaVale McGee, Andre Drummond, and Jared Allen, and you had the Kevin Porter Jr. drama happen. So once the deal happened, Drummond was not happy. He wasn't getting minutes. They were going to buy him out, which happened at the end of the season. I mean, that happened during the season. But then we go to the Lowry Markkanen thing when they had Lowry and Sexton.
Wait a minute.
This year,
So
I think-
you would rather have Drummond over one of the bigs that they have now?
No, I wouldn't want to have Drummond. I would get rid
All
of
right,
it.
let's move on,
But
bro.
the point I'm
Move
making
on.
is,
Yeah,
I think they should not have. They should not have gotten rid of Kevin Love.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
I
following
think they
this
should not have gotten rid of
timeline.
Kevin Love.
Would agree. Kevin
Okay.
Love should have
Yeah,
stayed.
I'm
but-
confused.
He should.
let's-
I mean, he
let's
could have
move
been
on.
a big help
15,
because
we have,
against
like,
New York,
11
All right,
he could have
uh,
drawn charges.
Are we at
Okay.
15?
So Jaden, I don't know when Jaden disappeared and he came back. He might have missed some players, but I'll give you the 10. LeBron at 10, Dame at 11, Butler at 12, 13 D-Book, 14 SGA. If you disagree with any of those players.
I don't necessarily disagree with
15, I got a guy who is like a win
Well,
healthy guy.
if you have any
No,
slight
yeah,
disagreement,
I mean, actually, yeah, I'm not even mad about that decision. I just have Zion over him, but I don't really.
give
care.
Zion over SGA.
I got Zion at 15. That's what
I
I
was
just
going to
about
put
say.
Zion at 15, but
I
Yeah.
have Zion. I'm high on Zion. Yeah.
So yeah, let's have Zion at 15. That's fine.
Zion at 15, I do like Zion. I think Zion is – I don't know if he's going to be He's an all-league player when healthy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know what to say.
So
'Cause
16.
16 players on the board. Ja, Trey Young,
I think it's Donovan Mitchell.
D. Mitch is on the board.
Oh yeah, Mitchell. I got to put him on
Jaylen
that
Brown
list.
originally was on the board, but I don't think people would say that anymore. Who are we thinking at? 16?
I have Donovan Mitchell at 16.
D. Mitch. Okay. Matt also went D. Mitch. Shout out to the Cavs. Chris, you like Donovan Mitchell?
Tell me
I
about his
think that was-
childhood.
No. I'm saying that Mitchell is got to be on that list too. He had a 71-point game
Facts.
this year, and he also had a kick-ass game against the Lakers too. I was at that Cavs and Lakers game, and he was out there just draining threes.
All that to lose to Julius Randle.
And then he dunks over
17.
Austin Reeves, which I thought was kind of sick too.
All that to lose to RJ Barrett. Okay, 17.
Trey Young.
Yeah. I have
Ice
Young.
Trey.
Yeah, I have Trey Young at 17.
Trey Young over J.A. Morant, dude. Where do you guys think Ja Morant falls? The shooter.
As a shooter, or where does it fall amongst players?
The
I
shooter.
got Ja at 18, right after Trey.
Yeah,
I got him at 19.
I have him at
I got him at 19.
I thought you had Durant
Shouldn't-
at 19.
Shouldn't Ja? be
No,
at-
I'm moving Ja. I'm moving Ja further away.
Shouldn't we put Ja at 17 because he likes slapping 17-year-old boys? Okay, never mind.
All right.
Ja at 17. Ja at
Okay.
18.
I mean, I wouldn't want to bash him right now because he's going through a lot. He's had a lot of issues off the court, and he already feels bad enough going into next season.
Hey, he
I
only
don't
got
think the
25 game
Grizzlies-
suspension. That wasn't even that bad.
I mean, even though we're not talking about Memphis, where do you think the Grizzlies are going to fall with
Not
Ja
far.
being out?
Marcus Smart's. Oh snap! Someone, yo, my bad, yo. Someone's in the stream. Oh no, that's two Jadens. What? Okay, whatever. Jaden's on two devices. Never mind. There's two Jadens in the lobby. I was like, so did someone just join? Nah, never mind.
So, what are your thoughts about Memphis? I mean, they lose Ja for
They're
half
fine.
the season.
Memphis
They'll be fine.
historically they've won in the last 2 years, a couple playoff games without Ja. I remember 2 years ago. It's now 2 years ago now. Well, they had that historic record winning percentage without Ja Morant, one of the best winning percentages all time with that sample size. They're fine. Their coach is good. Their team knows how to move without Ja Morant. They're fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. So are we putting Ja at 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want, I can't name any other players I'd put above Ja. Let me look at my-
So it's
I number 19 then. I
number
think
19. I think it's De'Aaron Fox.
D. Fox is still on the board. So I'm thinking who would still be on the board now.
I think there's like 4 or 5 players that we could like really just like argue for this spot.
It depends how high you are in some players. It really does, because
Yeah,
some
it
people would
does.
say Kyrie here, but I think Fox is above Kyrie right now.
I think it's close. I think it's really.
It's very close though, and if you want to change it, that's fine. But just what he was able to do on the impact on winning aspect.
19.
So we
I
got
don't
De'Aaron
know.
Fox, Kyrie.
Well, like if I'm just telling you like the guys that I have in that area, Ant, Brunson, Siakam, Adebayo, Harden, Kyrie, Paul George.
Okay.
Just
This is
some
hard.
guys to throw out there.
This is hard. 19.
The list I made a month ago only extended to 15, so we're in some uncharted territory for me. So your guys' list are gonna have to back.
My list
I-
is going out to 203 right now. So.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
We're back. Hopefully this file doesn't
19.
corrupt, bro. Because I would love to see this finish.
I think I got it like half of it recovered, so
Okay.
I got only 600.
That's good, bro. Because what do you want?
Only.
Because you were probably gonna rank Hood Shavino at 1,500. Like,
Yeah,
you were
Hood
gonna go that
Shavino?
far. Yeah.
Who the heck is Hushavino?
he's the Lakers rookie.
Oh yeah, the rookie who's in the league.
The summer of the year. Okay, so 19. Got a couple guys. I think Matt hinted at De'Aaron Fox. Who you feeling, Jaden? Siakam, De'Aaron Fox. It's Paul George. 19.
God damn. 19. I'm gonna give it to. This is hard. I'm gonna really give it to Kyrie, to be honest.
I think I was thinking about that when I was making my list. I think
He's a head scratcher.
Okay.
I want to see Kyrie in this new Dallas Mavericks team. I wish they would have.
I want to see him. I really this season. I want to see Kyrie Irving play a full season without any drama, any issues, or without any headlines.
Well, you're never
Because
gonna see
all of
it,
last
so.
year, all of last season with Brooklyn, he gets. I mean, every team he goes to, there's always a problem with Kyrie. And Brooklyn last year, he gets suspended for being stupid and saying, "Oh, I didn't do anything racist."
We're not going down
and
this
Dallas-
path. We're not going
but
down
I'm
this
saying
path.
he better play well in Dallas.
We're not going down this path.
Yeah.
Not going down this path. Okay, so
He better play well in Dallas because if they don't win,
He did
Jason
play well in
Kidd
Dallas.
is going to get fired.
I'll go
I see
Fox.
that he's on the hot seat.
I'll go Fox at 19, but I wouldn't be mad if we slid Kyrie at 20. Let's put some
Hey,
rough names down to finish out 25.
Sabonis.
No.
What about
no.
Sabonis?
Can we please leave that man's name out of these discussions, please?
Don't bring up Sabonis around Jaden. That's not.
No, don't bring him out. No, don't bring him up around me. I think Jaden's higher on Sabonis than I am.
No,
In
Jaden
Sacramento,
hates Sabonis.
the Kings had a good year.
Jaden hates Sabonis.
No.
Wait, why do you hate Sabonis? The Kings
He's
had a good
not good at
season.
basketball.
Because he's not good.
His bag
The
is
Kings had a
sus.
good season, but not because of him.
His bag is.
Oh
sus.
yeah, I got to give credit to De'Aaron Fox and whatchamacallit.
Malik Monk, Mike Brown, Keegan Murray.
Yeah, Mike Brown, of course,
He's
in
just a playoff
Sacramento.
dropper, bro. Just a playoff. dropper.
He did not.
Kevin Herter.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
we
think the
go
Hawks made a
Kyrie
dumb
at
decision.
21. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left. Paul George is on the board. Jaylen Brown's on the board. Siakam's on the board.
No.
What?
Not
Oh,
Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
No, not
okay,
Jaylen
okay,
Brown.
okay. I'm just saying he's on the board.
No. I'm not. No.
Let me pull
Not
up the
putting him
whole
on
list of NBA players so I just don't blank on a name. Let me pull up a whole list of an NBA player. I think Matt has his whole list, but let me pull up just a
Yeah, I got
huge list.
my whole list.
If we're doing one healthy, I think Paul George is 20. Yeah.
We're at 20. Yeah, I got Paul George. Like right at 20.
It's just one healthy is hurting me as a Knicks fan. But
Who wasn't healthy with the Knicks?
no, I was talking about Jalen Brunson because he might not even be on the list. He might not even be on the list. So kind of breaks my heart.
Okay, so we have James Harden, Pascal Siakam, Paul George, and Bam, who I think are the 4 best players next up.
I have Paul George at 20. Yeah,
I
one
got
healthy.
Paul George 20.
So Paul George is better than Siakam. Paul George is better than
Yeah.
James Harden. Paul
Yeah.
George is better than Bam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, PG. So then out of those
21.
3 players who we just named, Pascal Siakam, James Harden, and Bam, will those be the next 3 players up? Because we have 4 spots.
So
I think we're at 21.
Oh,
22.
20. Oh, we're
22.
Because I put Kyrie right behind Fox, unless you want to say PG.
Oh.
I should flip that around. Because 19 I have Fox, 20 I have
Because
Kyrie.
I
21
got
have
21. I got Kyrie. 20. I got George.
So I have 19 Kyrie, 20 Paul George, and 21 I have James Harden.
So you have James Harden above Jaren. Where's Jaren Fox in your list, Jaden?
I actually don't know. He might be in the top 25 spot. I have to.
I
think
got James
about
Harden
that.
at 22.
I think I was putting Harden too. So Harden's above Siakam. But I don't think the gap between Harden and Siakam's far off. I think Siakam should be on this list.
Well, my next player isn't Siakam.
Well,
Yeah, my next
is
player is
Siakam on your
Siakam.
top 25?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Where do you have him?
24, but I have Adebayo at 23.
I have him.
yeah, Bam's
Yeah, I have
Bam's
Bam.
better than Pascal.
I have Bam at like 22. Wait, what spot are we at?
23. We'll
yeah, I would
fix
have
the order
Bam.
later, but we got 22 names down right now.
I have Bam at 23.
Bam over
Yeah,
Siakam.
same.
Okay. You guys don't like the spin move, dude?
No, I
That's
like
okay.
him. I just think Bam.
Who
is better.
Siakam's little spin, the little Siakam spin?
Siakam
He's a
catches
fidget.
the ball.
He's a.
Pascal
he's a-
Siakam's game is like those rides at the. It's like the rides at the amusement parks where you're in like the teapot. That's spinning
I'm
while you're
busy
spinning.
now, bro.
That's more Julius Randle than Pascal Siakam.
No,
to be
Siakam's
honest.
Randall's
No,
more of
no,
like
no.
no. Randall's more like just a
Randall's game
shooter.
Randall's game reminds me of those like construction workers when they're building like those brick walls and brick houses. That's what his
Dylan
game
Brooks.
reminds me of.
Okay.
All right.
So Bam, I'll put Siakam's name down so we have his name down because we'll make the order. So there's one more spot.
25. I know Jaden was mentioning him earlier. I have Jalen Brunson.
I have.
I think Jalen Brunson's better
So the
than
people who could be in this,
Brandon
so the
Ingram.
people who can be up here is Jalen Brunson, Halliburton.
No.
No.
You don't like Halliburton?
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Why is Halliburton even in this conversation?
Bro, NBA Twitter is so high on Halliburton. People love.
Yeah, they're high on Halliburton because of his assist numbers. That's literally it.
You don't think? Okay, I'm just saying.
They're like, look at his
I'm just
assists. He's a top
presenting
5
the player
playmaker.
pool. I'm just presenting the player pool. So
Jesus Christ.
Jamal Murray, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, and then we get to guys like Laurie Markkinen, Ant.
No.
Ant.
You didn't even name Brandon Ingram.
We're good.
Yeah, and you
maybe
didn't
we're
say
good.
Jaren or Zach LaVine.
I just said Jaren Jackson.
Oh, okay, but you still didn't say Zach LaVine, which I'm taking over like Lowry Markkinen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Brandon Ingram at 25.
Ingram over Ant.
I have him over Ant.
Brunson or Ant?
I got Brunson.
I have Brunson.
Ant or Halliburton?
Ant. Clears.
Anthony.
Yo, okay. Explain why you don't like Brunson. I just went a week.
You mean
straight on
Halliburton?
Twitter just
You mean
saying straight
Halliburton?
I really like Brunson.
You
I
mean
know not
Halliburton?
Halliburton.
My problem with Halliburton is I think people overrate his defense because of his length. Like he gets a lot of steals from his length. I don't think he's like some great on-ball defender.
The Pacers, Halliburton is
out to
good.
be. Hold up. I don't even think it has anything to do with his team, really. It's just kind of the fact that I'm looking at these assists that he's getting. He's a good playmaker. I don't think he's a great one, to be honest. He kind of reminds me of like Rondo, where he's just kind of passing the ball with creativity. It doesn't really involve any gravity. He's not leveraging his teammates in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that they love to talk about Halliburton is like his playmaking, and I don't think it's that great.
I still think he's like a top 15 playmaker in the league.
Yeah. I still don't think he's a great playmaker though.
Yeah, that's
Who's
fine.
on this list? God,
So yeah, 25. I have Brandon. 25.
Jaren Jackson Jr. or Ant?
I have
That one's close. I have Ant one spot above.
Yeah,
Jaren.
I have Ant. I would take Ant.
So
I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards because he had a breakout season was finally an all-star.
So we got, biased Knicks fan. So you have Brunson over Ant. So does Matt.
Yeah, I have
So the
Brunson over Ant.
consensus is. So who's 25? Brunson?
I have
you said
Brandon
Ingram.
Yeah, I have Brandon Ingram at 25.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram should be on that list too.
All right. There's like 30 players that could be on this.
I know
list.
that's why I'm having a hard time.
I think the guy that like cuts off like, okay, this guy can't be top 25 is like Jamal Murray. I don't think he could be.
Okay, no Murray.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No
I
Murray,
don't.
no Halliburton.
I don't see any real argument for
So
being.
okay, I've narrowed it down to 3 players: Brunson, Ant, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Wow.
Narrowed it down to 3 players.
Ingram disrespect.
Oh, and Brandon Ingram. Narrowed it down to 4 players.
I think like when I rank these players, I would have 1 Ingram, 2 Brunson, 3 Ant, and 4 Jaren.
Matt.
What players did you say again? Remind me to put them in order.
These 4 players, because I don't think Zach LaVine's
4.
here. I don't think Markkinen's here. I don't think Halliburton questionable. Murray questionable. But
Not
we've narrowed it
questionable.
down to
He's
these
an
4
automatic
players.
no.
We've narrowed it down to these 4 players.
Okay.
Fully healthy. Unless
Okay.
We're not doing Wembanyama.
Who are the players?
Brandon Ingram. Ant.
Zion's not on that
Jr.
list either.
or Jalen Brunson.
We already have Zion on the list. It's too late for that. Hold up. Say that again. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you.
And Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson Jr., or Brandon Ingram.
Okay. I think Brunson is 1, Ant is 2, Jaren is 3, and Ingram is 4.
Disrespect.
Yes.
That's disrespect.
It's nothing that I have. It's nothing that I have against Ingram really. I just
Let me
like
compare
Jaren's.
the
I like
Anthony-
Jaren's defense better, and I like Ant's two-way ability better.
Brandon Ingram is
I
literally
might.
the best.
I'm kind of sliding Ant at 25.
Brandon
over
Ingram is the
Brunson.
best.
I used to have
playmaker
Ant's
on
top
this
25. I
um,
just, I think he needs to be a little bit more of an efficient scorer before I could.
Hold him the
Brandon
numbers.
Ingram
Hold him the
on
numbers.
that list. He's like the second best shot creator. He's the best
I
playmaker
agree.
on this list.
I don't
Probably
agree
the
with that.
worst. You don't think he's the best player? Who do you think is? You think Jalen Brunson's a better playmaker?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't agree with that because if Jalen Brunson was able to get trapped, he doesn't really capitalize off of that like Brandon Ingram. He doesn't. And I think Brandon Ingram has much better court vision than Jalen Brunson as well. So
Okay.
That's-
I mean, that's fine. I think like again, I think there's 30 top 25 players.
yeah, but the Brandon Ingram disrespect is crazy right now.
I'm looking at the numbers.
No.
Count the numbers. Man, this Anthony Edwards, Jalen.
I
Brunson
mean,
is
I can give you the numbers, but like I'm not using that. Like,
Wait, did we vote Pascal Siakam?
yeah, he's on the list.
Yeah,
he's already
okay.
on the list. We're gonna do the.
Okay.
We're gonna finish touch the order after we get the players down.
Jalen
Alright.
Brunson and Brandon Ingram.
Hmm.
All right, give me 1 second. I almost got the stats.
I already looked at some of their stats.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Ingram's actually nice.
Yeah,
What is
it
Brandon
was.
Ingram doing the play-in? What are you doing the play-in? Let me look. Against Minnesota.
He definitely played better than Edwards. I know
42
that.
points. Oh, he is
I
the
don't
better playmaker too.
I don't. Oh, you're saying that because you're looking at the assists.
No, but I feel like it is underrated because I remember the Brandon Ingram, Jalen Brown conversation, and I had to look up some tape.
I mean, if we're rounding, they average the same amount of assists. So
Who are we talking about?
Ingram and
playmaking.
Brunson.
Ingram
BI.
and Brunson. Yeah, I have Ingram over Brunson, sadly, but he's a future Knick, so it's not gonna be sadly.
So Matt, who are we going at 25? We got to hurry this up.
I've had Brunson this whole time.
Okay, Brunson, Ingram, Chris. Who do you want at 25?
He said it, I think he says Ingram. Yeah.
BI.
Okay, with food in your mouth. Appreciate it. Let's go BI. Fine.
Let's go.
Brandon Ingram.
Let's go.
It's close. There's
BI.
some. I'm gonna throw in some honorable mentions.
Jalen Brunson, of course.
Brunson.
I think the honorable mentions would be Brunson, and
Jackson.
Jaren, Beal, and Levine.
Jamal Murray, I think
and
he's in
Jamal
the
and Jamal Murray, I guess, if you want to include him.
Ant.
We said him.
I said Ant.
Yeah, we
Okay.
said
Anthony
it.
Edwards.
I'll do Brunson, Jaren Jackson, and Ant. I'll just do 3 honorable mentions.
Okay.
And Killian Hayes. Okay. Now let's
Yeah.
tune up the order, so we can get this right. Because I'm going on TikTok live with this list, by the way, and if I get cooked, I'm blaming you guys.
Bro, no one's gonna always agree with you. We know that. We know that.
Top 25 players in the NBA when fully healthy. Okay, Jokic, Curry, Giannis, Luka, Embiid. Jump in if you disagree in order. AD, Kawhi, KD, Tatum, LeBron, Dame, Butler, D Book, SGA, Zion, D Mitch, Trey, Ja. Okay, Fox, Kyrie. We had some disagreements. Who we going with real quick?
I have Kyrie.
I got Fox.
Okay. I'll go Fox, but I'll put Kyrie right below. I put Kyrie right below him at 20. 21, Paul George. 22, James Harden. 23, Bam. 24, Pascal. 25, BI. Correct that order if that's not right.
So I would have LeBron at 9, then Dame at 10, and Tatum at 11. I hope that's not
Oh,
hate.
Tatum's outside the top 10, bro. Can't do
Fuck
that.
you.
But I
I
hope
can't
it's
do
not
that, bro. I'm sorry.
disrespect
I
to
can't.
anybody,
I
but
can't. Tatum
actually,
is the top 10
again,
player in this game, bro.
just like when I'm doing one healthy, I still think LeBron is a top 9 player at least.
I put him at 10.
He's not even top 50. I don't know what you're
And
talking about.
all right, and for me, my reasoning for Damian Lillard
LeBron got swept, by the
over
way.
not LeBron, Jason Tatum. Even though he's a bad defender, I don't think Tatum's two-way puts him over Damian Lillard's elite top 4 offense in the
I agree.
entire league.
I agree with that.
So
But
I
Tatum
would
at the
have
end of the day still give me
Tatum at
30 a
11.
game.
It's
Playing
not
better
that.
defense.
Tatum peaked higher in the playoffs than
Okay.
Dame.
Facts. Yo, pull
Did
up
he
Dame
drop 50
51
for
point game
Denver?
on the first round. Let me know.
What'd you say, Jaden?
Did Jason Tatum ever drop 55 versus Denver?
51.
Does Damian
and then
Lillard have the most
7
ever
in a
points in a
second
game 7
against a
ever?
better team.
It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because at the end of the day, he doesn't win the final. He doesn't win the big game. Nah, I'm playing.
You can literally say that about Dame.
You can say that about Dame in the regular season.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm talking about this last leg. So Harden's over Bam, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is Bam over
Harden.
Pascal?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Pascal over BI?
Yes.
No, I say
Yes.
no. I say no.
That-
God damn.
Why
Yeah, I'll say
no?
yes.
Why
I'll say yes.
no and why yes? Why
I'll
no
say
and
yes.
why
I'll say yes.
I think his defense is good enough to put him over Ingram's offense, and Siakam's offense is great as well. I think he's a good passer and playmaker as well.
Look at Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I would say Brandon Ingram just so slightly, because I think he's a much better shot creator than except.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
I think he's a much better shot creator besides him not using the fidget spinner like Siakam uses.
Did Siakam play in the play-in?
Yes, he did.
Why is it not showing up?
But he was missing his free throws because DeMar DeRozan's daughter decided to become a fucking maniac.
It's not showing up. It's not showing up in the last 5 games.
She screams, and then she screams at the free throw line, and they make them miss free throws.
That's what reference is
Yeah.
selling. Not showing up. Whatever.
That could have helped them.
Siakam,
Hey, that could have helped the
24
Bulls make the
games.
playoffs, man, against Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
The Bulls need to put
Yeah.
her on the payroll, make her drop out of school.
I really wish that she played in the play-in, so Knicks could have probably made the finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, broke my heart. Miami broke.
Again, these comments.
The
Bro's
hell happened?
Aiden Ross with waves.
Cameron, no.
Okay.
I gotta say that these guys, they don't watch basketball, and they can be weird. But here's the thing about Victor. I didn't tell you this, but if you didn't look on ESPN, here's what it said. Apparently, she grabbed him from behind while walking into a Las Vegas restaurant, and that the security detain was with Push the Star Away. Apparently, she grabbed Wemby on Wednesday.
He probably tried to get his attention.
Yeah, and then they
No, I was reading her statement because she put that like on her Instagram this morning, and it was kind of like she said that she said she was in a hotel and she heard that Wembanyama was there, and she just was like, okay, whatever. And then he ended up to be in another hotel, and so she's like, okay, I guess I'll talk to him. And then she
was probably like, yo, I wonder how big is it when you're 17.
She was probably off her perks. She's a diagnosed bipolar. She's nuts.
I know.
See, there's 2 Jadens in here. Like, look at this. There's 2 Jadens.
Yeah, hold on. I'm on my phone right now. I'm
about to head out of here too. I mean, in a couple of minutes, I got to dip.
Yeah, I know you do. So we're gonna go. I'm just gonna redo this from the top, and we can close out. Jaden face reveal is crazy.
Yeah. Done on TikTok live before you.
Jaden face reveal is insane. I've never seen this boy's face, and he's ragged up, bro. Look at this. Where you gotta get your stuff a little. You know what I'm saying? But look at him, bro. Are you from New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you're from New York. Hey, all right. So let's do it from the top. Here's our consensus top 25 players currently in the NBA when everyone is fully healthy. Jokic, Curry, Giannis, Luka, Embiid, AD, Kawhi, KD, Tatum, LeBron, Dame, Butler, D-Book, SGA, Zion, D-Mitch, Trey, Ja, Fox, Kyrie, PG, Harden, Bam, Pascal, and BI, with some very honorable mentions: Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson, and Anthony Edwards. This was
Domantas
extremely.
Sabonis does not get an honorable mention.
Yeah,
I
he
would
does-
say Sabonis. This
Nah,
was very
not top
hard.
five
We're in
either.
the current state of the NBA where there's more top 10 players and there are spots, and there are more top 25 players and there are spots. Give or take a spot on each of these players. That's the top 25. But if anyone would like to raise another topic to the floor, that is the show.
All right, I'm on an anti-Larry Bird agenda right now. What do y'all think about that?
I'm on
Chris,
a
if
Will
you need to head
Chamberlain
out, bro.
agenda right now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm about to head out, but for people watching, tune in tonight for the first Summer League game in Las Vegas. Brandon Miller versus Victor Wembanyama.
I'm just there to watch Malachi Branham.
I'm there to watch. I'm watching Dwayne Bacon, bro. So
Yeah, and then also, if you don't have NBA TV, Cleveland will also be playing Brooklyn. Lakers play the Golden State Warriors. Toronto plays
Christie.
Chicago, which means for people that are from Newark, Ohio, and people that are from Toledo, that went to University of Toledo, JT Schumett is going to be playing for Toronto. I mean, if you've never heard of him, look him up. He's really good at basketball, but his sister plays at Ohio
I'll
State.
drop him off.
He's playing his first ever
Plumber.
NBA Summer League game, so it's going to be a good one. And
Yeah,
also for
I'm-
Laker faithful, watch the game tonight. I'll see you guys.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Why are you so anti Larry Bird, bro?
All right, I'm not anti Larry Bird. But my thing is that there's nothing that I can't stand more than when like NBA fans are putting players in discussions that they don't belong in.
So,
Especially
people put
when-
Bird at 5.
Yeah, exactly. Like, some people say Larry Bird is top 5. Some people say he's better than Duncan. Some people say he's the GOAT Celtic. I don't see the case for that when Bird was. It's like from 81 to 90, and if you don't even want to count like the years that he was like struggling with the injuries, that's fine. He still dropped like 4 or 5 times in the playoffs.
But he won 3 straight MVPs.
Yeah, 3 straight. That's what I always hear. 3 straight MVPs. He's the last guy to do that. But
that talking point is so crazy. I hear that every conversation.
no, those are the casuals that will try to tell you Larry Bird is top 5 because when was the last time a player won 3 straight MVPs? If MVPs is your argument, put Wes Unseld above Jerry West.
It's also his overall skill set too. The fact that he could pass, play some defense, grab some rebounds, put the ball in the basket, shoot when no one could in the 80s. That's
Yeah.
like, it's his overall skill set too.
Yeah, but also you're not looking at the fact that he's dropping every
I
single
wouldn't
year,
say
except
every year.
every year outside of like 84.
82.
Yeah, 84, 82.
82 is horrible.
He's-
There was what was it, 82 or
I mean,
83?
he rose in
was horrible.
82, but he wasn't like, I don't even think that was like the beginning of his prime. That's the thing.
That was he rose in 86. What's that? Well, not 86. It was 88. I meant. Wait, no, it was 86. Sorry, it was 86.
He dropped in 88, and that's like
He
considered
dropped
his
in
peak.
82.
I have 86 as his peak.
86.
You have 80s. I think it's 84. I think he
It's
elevated in the
84,
playoffs
86.
more.
I don't really care at the end of the day, but I have 86.
Yeah.
What
But
is it, 85?
personally,
85 's
I
not
have
bad.
Larry Bird 13th all time.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
how
yeah,
is
you don't
Garnett
have-
better. Like, how is Garnett better?
Yeah. No, I can't get behind that, dude. Because Garnett was dropping just as much as Bird, dude.
Garnett, I mean, if you're only looking at numbers, Garnett did drop, but his playmaking and defense got so much better in the playoffs. Like,
His playmaking isn't better.
scoring
than Larry
averages
Bird,
went
though.
down. But that's like the
Playmaking
only thing.
isn't better.
Even still, I think Bird's playmaking drop in the playoffs is still better than Garnett's.
It's still better playmaking than Garnett.
I mean, there's all right. I would say in
Larry
I would say
Bird
in, I would say in
great
80 and
rebounder, too,
82.
bro.
I would say 80 and 82. Those playmaking drops, I don't think they would be I don't think those are better than Garnett's playmaking rising. But
Okay,
other
so
than that,
how about I name 12 players over Larry Bird all time?
wait. Can I say it? I think I might know who they are.
Sure.
So you have Jordan, LeBron, Kareem. I know you have Wilt at 4. Do you have Wilt at 3 or 4?
4.
Oh, okay. Because I couldn't tell if you were being serious if you actually had Wilt over Kareem, but all right. 5. Do you have Russell or
5 I have Shaq.
okay? All right. Well, all right. I'm not even going to try to do the order actually. So that's Shaq. You have Hakeem, Garnett, Magic, Kobe,
Dude, Garnett on your list being a spot behind Hakeem. is just wild.
Duncan, Russell, and Curry. That's got to be the players, right?
You're also forgetting George Mikan not playing, but
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
buddy.
all the players I have over Larry Bird all time. But
Yikes.
probably if he puts this on his page, I'm gonna get so much hate.
I'm
No.
not.
All right,
Nah.
you say it if you want him to put it on a page.
Yeah, I want to see the comments. I really do. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I don't
you
want
say
that attention. I don't want that attention, bro. Sorry.
you say the players. You say the players.
I don't want that
All right, I
attention.
got you. Let's say Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, Bill Russell, Hakeem, Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Curry, Kobe, and Magic. Those are all the players I have over Larry Bird all time.
I agree with all of those except for Garnett and Wilt Chamberlain. That's it.
Based on some casual takes, official criteria, the criteria,
Yeah, I'm like 7.
the best criteria. I have Larry Bird like anywhere from like 9 to 11,
Okay.
but
That's fine.
But
That's
Yeah.
fine.
there's no argument for Kevin Garnett over.
Yes, there
Larry
is.
Bird. There's
Yes,
no
there is.
argument.
If you're only using accolades, yeah, there
I,
is.
th- I think his peak definitely has an argument though.
He peaked higher, has way better longevity. I think he's a better two-way player than Larry Bird, to be honest, especially with like a top 5 defender of all time. You could say Larry Bird's probably a better playoff performer, even though it's kind of a mid-off, to be honest.
Impact on winning's better. Playoff runs better. Accolades better.
Well, yeah. Accolades like you, but
Accolades are important. Players cry about them. It means some. It's a statement to your game.
well, it means something to them. They don't mean something to us.
I value that because it's a stamp. It's an official stamp to your game. Being MVP is an official stamp to your game. Being all NBA first team
In your
official
resume,
stamp
but
to your game. Longevity. I mean, the Garnett longevity. How many? Yeah, it's better than Larry Bird's. Larry Bird is.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
a lot better. Well, like, okay, so like, peak is a question for you guys. What's better, 2004 KG?
No, it's not like a question for me. Like I know, like I think Bird peaked higher, but like I'm saying like it's close. I definitely considered Garnett.
I think Kevin Garnett peaked higher, to be honest.
Skill. Give me Bird's skill. Give me Bird's skill. Give me Bird's skill, bro.
That noise that just made him.
Give me Bird's skill. Score at 3 levels. Could dribble the basketball. I mean, not like Kyrie, but
No. I think Bird's more skilled. I think Bird's more skilled.
He does play defense, not as good as KG, but does play defense. Could rebound the basketball, not better than KG, but can still rebound the basketball. Man,
here's the thing. I think like relative to their position, I think Bird is a miles better offensive player than KG, and then defensively, KG is better. Period.
An impact,
but that's why I think Bird's a better two-way player because he's a better offensive player for his position.
Impact on winning, more chips, better postseason runs, better NBA.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna use championships as a reason.
Better NBA finals, bro.
No, championships are the worst one.
No. I get it. I get it. Bird was better in the finals, but I'm not gonna use the fact that he has a championship.
Impact on winning, better postseason runs, facts, better finals, facts.
Yeah. No, I do. I like Bird better in the playoffs than I do Garnett.
Yeah,
facts. Doesn't matter. The impact on winning.
That's why I said Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. That's it.
Even though
Cash. And again, Larry Bird.
Even though
although he did lose an NBA Finals MVP to Cedric Maxwell, I don't know who that is.
He's in his second season.
He was in his second season. Garnett was like 13 years in his career. Lost the Finals MVP to a dude who pooped himself mid-game.
Kevin Garnett was better in the finals.
Oh my God, No. He should have gotten that Finals.
He pooped himself mid-game, bro.
Good job for him. But even though Casual doesn't like this word, it starts with the P, ends with ability. But Kevin Garnett probably has that over Larry Bird. It's kind of close, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I think it's dumb.
It's part of your
Portability.
offensive and defensive game, and pretty much your
Yeah,
scheme.
no. All right. I think a portability matters if you're a GM and you're looking to add a player to your
It
team.
just
I
doesn't
don't.
matter.
It's like when I'm evaluating these players, like especially if they're like retired ones,
It's
I'm
part-
not really gonna like care about.
I talked
like,
about it with
portability.
I talked about it with possible chairs like when he came on my pod last time. It's like how does we keep doing these hypotheticals? Like imagine if he would have played in this system or why is my computer not charging? Am I gonna die midstream? All right, 11%. For some reason, my computer's not charging. But basically, it's like you're evaluating these guys as if they would have played in a different lineup, or maybe like you would have just possibly just seen them in a different lineup. But it's like let's just evaluate what they did with who they had in the position that they were in.
Yeah, that's
of
what I
just-
do.
Not a hypothetical though. Portability is pretty much how well you can do with less touches on your game. Kevin Garnett does that very well, and Larry Bird.
I
does
thought portability was like how you're able to do in different lineups and in different situations.
I mean,
like,
yeah, it's
to
like
go to a
how-
different team, could you be still effective in the
Yeah, you
same
fit
way?
the
I thought that's what portability meant. I thought that's how people see portability. Like if the lineup changes, if the players around you change, if your coaches change, could you still be effective? Could you still be Larry Bird, but just in a different situation? I thought that's what portability
And
meant.
Kevin Garnett, like when you use portability, you can also say like who's a better screener. Once again, who's a better off-ball player.
Exactly.
I mean, I just have
How would he-
I just have categories for those. I don't
Exactly,
really-
but that's more like GM talk. Like portability is like, how would you fit in different situations?
I'm a
Put him
GM.
on this team, would he still be effective? Who would be more effective if you change situations, stuff like that? Let's put this guy on a different team. Could he still be Larry Bird with this player next to him, or this different lineup with these players? Like, what if his teammate gets hurt and he has to do different players? I don't know. I don't really value
I mean,
portability. that
even
much.
if you don't do portability in your
I
game,
judge players based on.
that's
Let
fine.
me pull up the tape, and let me pull up your Wikipedia. Let me see.
Okay, all right. Wikipedia is ridiculous.
Well,
Oh my god.
Because that's the list of your accolades. So I'm saying, let me see your tape. Let me see the film. Let me see your postseason translation. Let me see your accolades. And let me evaluate what you just did in your career, not based on situations of, well, what if this player would have went here? Nah, bro. What did you do in your career? That's it.
Wait, you evaluate players using Wikipedia?
No, because that's where all your accolades are listed.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know that.
That's where all your accolades are listed. I do value accolades. That's
It's
where
on
I-
Basketball Reference too.
Well, yeah, but Wikipedia I always found it easy because it's just right there and it holds.
Yeah, that's fair.
Again,
But-
accolades matter, bro. I mean, it's not like the end all be all, obviously, because it's not. But accolades do matter, man.
I think-
Accolades have it. We're talking about the greatest player of all time. Bronze trophies hold historical significance. MVP holds historical significance. Like accolade, and then when I talk accolades too, I'm not talking about like these minor like teammate of the year awards. No, I'm talking about the
Hustle.
ones with like legit historical significance, scoring titles, MVPs, finals MVPs, championships, legit historical. We're talking about the greatest players of all time. Career factors in stuff with historical.
The only reason why I don't
It's
use
the
the
game.
accolades is because it's like every single one has context. I would rather just talk with the context instead of saying like, oh,
Yeah.
he won a scoring title in that season.
Yeah, scoring title doesn't make you a better scorer.
It
Yeah.
doesn't, but that's why
Yeah,
the
well-
skill thing comes in. The
Yeah,
skill,
like,
that's
I
why
was
that's
at-
the other thing. Skill comes into play. Like I don't think
I
just because
mean-
you have more scoring titles, you're the better scorer. Skill is another criteria for me. Longevity also matters. How long were you doing it? Peak. How at your absolute best for your best stretch of your career. How great were you? And your impact on winning. How great was your postseason runs? How great if you did get to an NBA Finals or the furthest you went in your highest game? How great was your highest game? Like if you never went to a Finals, but you went to an Eastern Conference Finals, how great were you in that stage? If you went to a Finals, how great was your Finals? Like stuff like that matters to me. Impact on winning, postseason translation, your resilience, your ability to get it done. That matters. Impact on winning. How do you transform that team? How many wins can you generate for your team? Stuff like that. That's the ultimate criteria, man.
Okay, I'm not going to use wins.
Yeah.
Well, like not wins, but like your impact on winning. Like how much did your individual game impact your team's winning? We're talking about 2018 LeBron. It's probably like top
Okay.
1-2 impact on winning we've ever seen.
That's
Some all-time impact on winning.
No.
Great postseason run.
No.
not many players in the NBA could say, hey, I took this team, this bum squad, inconsistent Kevin Love and a bunch of bums, to a 40-plus win season, pushing 50 wins, to an NBA Finals. That's impact on winning. That's literally word for word impacting winning right there.
All right. In that case, yeah, but like
winning does matter. You play.
It's not even like, but it's not even like a top 6 LeBron season. So
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's top 16 LeBron season. I just said top impact on winning season.
well, LeBron has never had any impact on winning, so I don't even know why you're talking about it.
Okay. Well, we've been chatting for like way too long, and I got to clip this up. It's my brother's birthday, like I said, so I can do some celebrating. So thank you guys for coming on the panel. I don't know if Jaden heard that because he showed up late, but next stream I'm ranking the starting quarterbacks in football because I'm going to start talking about football now. So if you want to talk about Danny Dimes, if you want to talk about Matt Jones, Matt.
Man, that is so mad.
Yeah, what are they, like 18? Yeah, so
that's really generous
There's
of
only
you.
like
Thank
12
you.
quarterbacks that are like great.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson is one of them. Go Colts. Thank you, everyone, for
He's
tuning
gonna
in to the 48th episode of Some Casual Takes. The next show, I believe, should be Monday at 12:30. And unless something big happens in the NBA, which I don't think should, unless, boom, Dame just gets traded on that Sunday,
Bob Cousy's gonna die.
What? Football-focused episode at 12:30 because we started off this pod talking football, and now football becomes relevant for 3 months because literally nothing happens. But now we're back. We're a month away from preseason. It's time to start talking football. But until then, thanks for everyone coming on. We'll find you on Monday.
All right.
Follow the TikTok. I guess follow my threads when I make it. I don't know if I'm ever needed, but all right.